Alright, good afternoon, guys. For anyone that's signing on, if anyone's got any questions for myself or Sam as we get into this conversation, please feel free to post in the chat box. I might stick a chat box up for them. That'd be a smart thing to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah, looking out too. See it.
Oh, not ask your questions. I did it like a roadman. Ask your questions, bruv. Ask your questions. Yeah, beautiful stuff. All right. Okay, guys, we're joined tonight. I feel like I'm kicking this off and hosting this, but you've got like way more social media savvy than me. I feel like I should be like,
No, I
come
ain't
on.
working tonight. I'm on the other side of the camera. You're in charge.
So guys, we're kicking off, I guess, an episode of my podcast because I haven't done my podcast for a while, and there are some episodes out there in the world. So I guess that is what this would become. What number of the podcast, given that I've got 3 episodes waiting to be edited and posted in the world. I don't know, but we are very lucky to be joined today by the wonderful Sam Bearfoot. Sam is a client of mine, who was a friend before she was a client, and then sort of we really kind of got to know each other pretty well through the process of training together, which kind of leads us round to, I guess, Saturday when you decided to put that photo out in the world. Dude, what prompted that, first of all? If that's what brought you in, if that's what has brought a lot of the people that are signing on to watch us today, yeah, talk to us a little bit about
Well, it was Saturday. It was Saturday because Saturday is the day that I changed my HRT patch.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I was, I was in the mirror looking to get my patch off, and I was like, "Oh, this actually looks really good." And then I looked and I was like, "Do you know what? Actually, that's going to make a really good A photo, but B, just A adds on to my story because I've been quite open about talking about my HRT and perimenopause and all that kind of stuff. So, and I've not updated my people about that for a while. So I thought, do you know what? Actually, we've got a lot of stuff on the feed. There's a lot of people barking on about how, you know, there's so many like fitfluencers that are just flexing their gym selfies. Well, for me, it's not about that. It's for me to be able to look back at a year's time and, when it pops up on Facebook and go, fucking hell, that's a great ass. And depending on where I'm at, right? So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to do this for all the perimenopause women out there that have got fucking some sort of shit stuck to their ass and take a picture. So, and I hadn't done you a testimonial at our 3 month point. So,
You ain't got to be on video, Chris. You're all right, mate.
he's at the gym lesson. Look, he's doing the do. So it was just a really well-timed thought.
Let's take a look. I'll very crudely get it up on the screen. Doesn't do your ass justice in any way whatsoever. But
Yes.
there is said
There is the
booty.
yeah. And there's the patch, nice and proud.
There is.
The patch.
Did we need to get this close to your bum at this point? I mean, it's happened now, so there we go. I want to read, if it's all right with you, what you said in your caption. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so this is what it looks like when a perimenopausal woman checks her butt gains. Butt gains. Love that. It's quite onomatopoeic. When I first started working with Gary the trainer, he asked me what my goals were. I told him straight, this isn't about my body weight. This is about regaining my body because I felt weak. I wanted a bigger butt. I wanted my guns back. And I want thighs that scream strength, not skinny.
Can I just say that I actually put, I want thighs that can pop a man's head clean off, but I removed it because I didn't want to get flagged by Facebook.
There's an awesome watermelon workout I got for you, mate. You're going to love it. Yeah, that comes across a bit aggressive though, mate. You know what I mean? Like,
I typed it out and I was like, do you know what? I think I might just
yeah, that comes across a bit over the top. All right, where were we? Scream strength, not skinny. His response: cool, I got you. And whenever someone hears "I got you" from me, Like that's like something that I mean from the bottom of me. It's like, don't worry, it's
That's
like
exactly what you said.
not not even an issue. We just get after this. No fucking cardio, no endless burpees, no soul destroying hit sessions. In fact, when I told him I liked hit, he looked at me like I'd grown a second head and said, "Yeah, we don't do that around here because we don't do that around here. Maybe in a different time, in a different land, in a different time. COVID, there was a lot of hit going down." But not for us. Anyway, instead it's been heavy weights, proper sets and consistency that actually fits my busy life. Gary built me a plan for both gym days and home days because sometimes mum life doesn't leave the room for a gym trip. The best part, he gets women, he gets perimenopause. I know far more about perimenopause than I ever thought I would ever need to, really honestly. And I'm grateful I do because people need help. Sorry. It gets that we don't need more jumping. Jumping bad for the bladder. Weak bladders, ladies. Don't want to be doing star jumps, do we? Need more jumping, pounding, punishing our bodies. We need smart, sustainable strength. If you're feeling like your body isn't yours, then blah, blah, blah. Buy Gary, buy shit off Gary. Right. Which is always appreciated as well. Now, like, that what you said in terms of what you wanted for your body and what the reason why kind of we started talking training. Like why hadn't you got that before? What? Yeah. Where was your failures? Where was you at when we came around to starting?
I hadn't worked out in a good couple of years. I mean, there's rhymes and reasons for it. The first year was I got really severe frozen shoulder. So I lost like 90% of the range in my arm. And that has like a pretty severe knock-on effect. Not like I couldn't even wipe my own arse, do you know what I mean? It was that bad. And
Mm-hmm.
it took a good 18 months for that to clear up. And sort of halfway through that, then I ended up having to have my gallbladder removed. So I had to kind of, I was in and out of hospital, getting that checked out, had the surgery. That takes a certain amount of months to recoup. And then I recouped, and then within the month of me actually being, healed, that's when just sort of mental health went down the fucking pan because my hormones were all over the place. So then I started on the journey of, looking at my hormones, looking at what was going on in my body. I was having regular blood work done. So it just wasn't at the top of the list. There were other health things that took priority. And before I knew it, I hadn't worked out in like 2.5, nearly 3 years.
Yeah. It's so common. Like it's so common for like, and not just for females, I dare say. Like when males have a knock like that within their health, and it fundamentally changes how they feel about themselves a little bit, and it's really hard to get kind of trucking again. Would you ever Did you ever have a point in your life when you was like a gym person?
Yeah, loads. So I don't know if you know this about me, but for the first 10 years of my business life, I ran a health business and I ran it out of a David Lloyd gym. So my clinic was inside a gym. So I was in a gym 7 days a week. And in between clients, I'd be working out. So in like my 20s, sort of mid 20s into my early 30s, I was actually really, really buff. Um, it, yeah, and then you have a baby, and then everything just goes
Fucking
fuck.
kids.
Yeah. So I spent a lot of years, which is why you've never had me go, Gary, I don't want to do this in the gym because I'm like, to me, it just feels like home a little bit. So I'm not really asked about gym stuff.
Sure, sure, sure. So fast forward, we start working together. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, sorry, Sam. I'm not gonna
Are you
sit here
going to
and
throw me
say
under
that
the bus, Gary?
you what?
You can throw me under the bus.
Well, look, I mean, I think it's a teachable moment
It is. Go on, tell it.
because I go just by virtue of the fact that you sign up to a process does not entitle you to the results that process sells you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right. I don't like using the word guarantee, because I think there's a bunch of variables that are like in play when you're trying to win and lose in terms of your fitness journey. It's written into my contract that there's a refund policy if you're really not fucking happy with the stuff I've done, but it's like it's never happened. And the reason I'm kind of feel like that about using that word is because I can't really guarantee anyone anything unless they're willing to do the work. I can give them all the opportunities in the world to make it happen and make it easy as possible to know why they're doing everything and track those numbers and make sure you're lifting more each week, and I can make it as easy as possible for all that to happen. It's fucking magic, right? It's stuff that we didn't have when I started training. If I had it, my training would have been like way more on point than it's been to this point. But I digress. We set you up. It was like, yeah, I want to train in the gym and I want to train at home as well. So can you work those workouts for me? And that's what I did. And then nothing, right? For the first month. For the first month. Let's qualify it, right? Because, yes, the results you've got are a result of 3 months of hard work. But you were in this process for about 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks before that, before you ever really got trucking. Like, what? Other than potentially a bollocking, which there was some,
There
I
was a bollocking.
suppose.
There was a bollocking.
Like what made you kind of turn the corner and go, I'm just going to flick the switch with this. It's there, and I'm going to fucking do it now.
Uh, it was a bollocking.
All right. Step right up. Get your bollikins here.
I'm super competitive.
Yeah.
The thought of you thinking that I'm a failure was like, oh no, no.
I remember
We
fucking having that conversation with you.
we don't do that here. So yeah, that was it.
Well, and I think I
But
said
then
this.
from there, obviously, like, stuff starts to happen and stuff starts to change. And I started remembering actually that I really enjoy
Yeah.
exercise and I really enjoy the peace and quiet of a gym.
Yeah. I won't go into the specifics of what got said. And when I'm speaking to someone in a certain way, like normally I'm a silly bastard, right? And I can fuck around and have a joke and laugh around with people if times are good, right? Times are good, but so I do try and pick my words very carefully. And actually, I was proper not intimidated, but I was proper wary as to how you would take that because I'd never had an interaction with you like that where I'm like, actually, I'm going to put a finger in your face now and ask you some questions about yourself and like, you know what I mean? Like that, and I knew I was going to do that. I knew that's what I had to do to kind of either get you to go, oh well, fuck you, I ain't doing your shitty program, or go, right, I'm in. Fucking, let's get it now. So yeah. So I was dead wary. I was dead wary about talking to you like that, especially because of our friendship beforehand, and like we'd had some interactions, like where you had no problem telling me about myself when we were just friends. So I was like, I'm gonna get my licks in here, right? But then, okay, so you start using the gym, you start getting your mojo back. Like, what then? Okay, it's nice to be in the gym. The novelty of it then inevitably wears off, and the training and all that. Like, what within kind of what the work we've been doing has kind of been the thing that's helped you kind of maintain and keep that rhythm going. Like the results probably and the accountability, yeah. But like anything else in there in terms of the program in itself, it sounds like I'm trying to lead you to an answer. I'm not. I'm just interested to
No,
know.
like I think the thing that's been really helpful is having that duality of I've got the choice of a home workout or a gym workout because there are, I'm a single parent, so it's really difficult for me I can't just fuck off to the gym now if I wanted to because he's home and there's no, he's not old enough for me to leave him on his own yet for an hour or so. So I need that. I need to be able to have that balance of, okay, and you can probably see it, right? So the weekends that I don't have my son, you'll see that in that week, I probably do more gym sessions than in the weeks that I have my son. So
Yeah.
it's made it easier for me to fit something in. Like I'll be sitting there watching fucking Towie or some bollocks on the telly, and I'll be like, actually, I probably should be lifting some fucking weights right about now. And I just get up and do it whilst I'm watching Towie.
Yeah.
So it's just made it a shitload easier.
Yeah, like I mean, I guess all we try and do, I'm a gym guy, Sam. Like everyone knows that about me. You'll very rarely see content of me training indoors. I'm usually in the gym. I love the gym. It makes sense to me. It feels like a safe place to me, and because I'm, let's say, sans kids, I get the opportunity to go and train. I get the opportunity to go and do these things a bit more than so. But when you have a program like that, and it's a program that's kind of designed to speak to your goals, it's not a program that someone else has had. This is your program,
Yeah.
and it has to kind of speak to your needs and like I can't say that there isn't more progressions and weird and wonderful stuff that you can do in the gym, right? I can't say that. Like you are somewhat limited kit-wise to what you can do indoors. But if that's all you can do, then that's absolutely what you should do, right? Like we come into this and agreed like this is the frequency we're going for. I won't go into specifics about the program, but we agreed we're going to do a certain amount of training and we needed to come up with a plan that was going to make that possible. So we was like somewhat target led in terms of just want to get frequency. This will help me start filling it again. This will help me start rolling again. And yeah, within that, you get ups and downs and like weeks where it's harder to do and weeks where it's easier to do. But by and large, you like stayed on point and stayed with the program. And obviously, alongside what we do as well, we cover your nutrition. So, assuming I've got the permissions in the app set up right, I get to see all what you're doing nutrition wise with your tracking. So
Yeah,
it's
that sound
obviously
like on an 84-day streak or something. What's it saying?
how do
Yeah.
you get an ass?
Look,
How,
see?
how do you get an ass like Sam? Track your food for 84 days in a row and train your ass off is my answer. That's it, guys. And you never have to pay me a penny. Just do them two things. It's fine. It's fine. But the hows and the whys and the how we got you to the point where that was possible is like that's the intricacies of the program. That's the intricacies of the training, and like obviously the accountability and the amount of communication we inevitably end up having throughout our week to just make sure that you're able to kind of stay on it and stay accountable to that. Like, okay. So I've kind of left this bit into the middle of my part of the conversation, and by all means, I'm going to invite you to ask me questions and stuff in a minute, and put me in the shit spot if you so choose. Perimenopause is a very long word.
It is a very long word.
Okay, first of all, the concerns as it pertains to training in terms of what your body becomes less capable of doing as you kind of enter that time, or at least the kind of what's the mindset, what's the concerns that as you kind of get to this point as it relates to your health and wellness. And please, you don't have to go too deep with this. I know that's a massive question, but yeah, like as it pertains to your health and wellness, like where is your head at as you become way more aware of this wonderful time in your life?
Well, the thing is, like, so there's a few things. So I didn't realize just how much bone density you lose as a woman. So even my perimenopause doctor was like, it's really important that you lift weights. And I was like, darling, you're talking my language. It's all good. Get my brain working better and I can do the other part myself. So that was like a pretty major concern of just overall health of physical self as strong as possible. But I think on the mental side, like the mental side of things is the thing that really kicks you in the arse, because it makes you question who you are in every sense. Like for me, I'm ADHD as well. So that's like really kicked the shit out of that. So all of my coping mechanisms no longer work. So I'm having to recreate them and learn different things about myself. And that has a knock-on effect on your confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, from a confidence point of view, I've always felt my best, confident, sexy, attractive, fun, energetic, all those things when I exercise. So it's part of the combat, the clash that I have in my head of, oh, I'm feeling really fucking shit today, but I can now throw myself into the gym and for the very least have an hour's peace and quiet in the gym and maybe a decent hour of afterburn later. It's a little spots in the day,
Do you get like this rush of adrenaline and this feel good thing every time you leave the gym?
Right. No, my brain chemistry just doesn't.
Why not? All personal trainers say you get that.
No, I fucking don't. I never have, to be fair. But there definitely isn't as much euphoric afterburn now than what there would have been in my 20s. So.
Sure. Yeah.
Of course, it's not going to be like my primary hormone that runs every female body is rapidly depleting. So it's like taking testosterone away from a guy. Same thing.
Yeah, you should. There's horror stories about old bodybuilders that supplement on estrogen to combat the extra testosterone they've got in their body, and it ends up going the wrong way.
Yeah, completely wrong. Yeah, so
anyway, I digress. I thought that was a tangent for me, but absolutely that. So, like, as your estrogen depletes, your energy levels go with it, so to speak.
yeah,
But
it goes with it. It's a form of for me. It's a form of control as well, because I can feel quite out of control with everything that my body is deciding to do. But I get to control this, so I get to control, how my legs look or my ass looks or my shoulders look or do you know what I mean? It's an element of control for me as well.
obviously, like, it's a massive, like, everybody seems to be talking about it. Like, I've got trainers around me and people that I see on social media, they're essentially building their whole businesses around this word and the experience of that. So, like, part of me goes, well, yeah, of course, exercise is going to make you feel better, but especially coming into that time in your life, right?
Yeah.
Especially
I know
with
a lot of women experience massive weight gain as well
yeah,
because the estrogen doesn't quite, it just fucks with the whole system. So your body no longer knows what to do with the fat, and it just doesn't work as well as it fucking should. Your metabolism slows right down, and like all that kind of fucking shit happens. So exercise actually for longevity as a whole is really even more so important now, I think, than what it would have been in our younger years.
yeah, definitely. And we don't all want to be falling over when we're fucking 70, do we?
Not really, no. If I fall over, I want to be able to backflip myself up.
All right, well, I mean, from my end, that's kind of a lot of the bases covered in terms of your journey and what you're doing. But like I said, you're a big social media maven. Like, what from your end would you like people to know about me? What questions have you got for me? Oh shit, I don't want to answer this question.
You didn't prepare me for this. I don't know.
No, I didn't. But they're the best ones.
I suppose I can tell you what, a couple of people have reached out and said, someone said to me, how much did it cost you to get an ass like that? And I was like, well, you just have to hire Gary for 3 months. So.
I will say this about the cost. Like, I was a personal trainer for 18 years, and people pay me less per month now than they did than any of my clients did when they were personal training. Yeah. So it's like, it's not cheap, but I'll tell you what, it fucking shouldn't be either. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like, your health should be an investment, right? And I feel like the money that you would potentially spend on this, or not, even not me, training with anyone, the money that you should spend on your health and your wellness and yeah, how your body looks, but the quality of your body and the strength of it and And are you gonna be falling over when you're older, or are you gonna be strong and capable and able to do this stuff still? And like part of me also goes, I don't really want to train anyone for more than a year, probably, because I want to empower people within a year to be able to go and do it themselves because they know the rules and they know how a program should look and
Yeah,
how.
I mean, contact's definitely down. Like, I think I fired over way more questions in the beginning than I do now. I just kind of get
Yeah,
on with it now.
yeah,
But I think that's one of the things that I said to someone. I was like, the great thing about it is, and I've never had this with a PT, and I've had lots of PTs over the years, that you could. I mean, I think I messaged you one point. I was like, am I going to look like an absolute fucking knob if I bought some gloves to help with my hands? You know, like I don't know any other trainer that I could
no, fucking buy the gloves,
buy
man.
the gloves.
That was
Um,
my
but
fault.
being able to reach out to someone and actually just ask that
Yeah,
is quite a unique thing.
yeah, um, yeah. Like that, I'd kind of try and give the contrast with personal training of going like this. It's just every day, isn't it? Like you know what I mean? It's not that 1 hour a week anymore. And I don't know how people can expect to. Yeah, I don't want to badmouth personal training. I was one for 18 years, but like, yeah, but you go in this way, it allows you to do the workouts that fit your schedule. You can get them updated, like by
A
request
message
on
and
text
within that,
messages.
right? So I've said to you like I was getting a bit bored. Can we change it up a little bit? And you did just to give me some, different shit to mess around with.
Yeah, yeah. Different. Thanks for referring to my work as different shit. I really appreciate that. So, hey, come see Gary for different shit. um, Mate, thanks for coming on and talking about it a little bit. I know it's like, I know this stuff is like quite personal and it's about your journey, but like, that's there's a story behind every ass, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, you know what I mean? And I'm well grateful for you coming on and talking about yours a little bit, mate. Anything you want to add for your fans, for your legions of fucking ass fans?
No, it's going to be about the gun show next one though. The next picture will be about the gun
You
show.
know what we're going after? We're going after the guns next. We'll do it. We could do a double. I better fucking work on mine. Stay at that. Let's stay off my
100%, right? So
stay
when I
off my triceps.
when I first started going, I could see like you had me doing like standing curls, right? And I could see like the cellulite that existed in this part of my arm. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh God, I'm turning into my mother. I can't have that. That's just not gonna fucking happen. But actually, like you can't really see it, right? You can't see any of that.
Give us the leg grab that you gave us earlier, please.
With the leg grab.
Yeah.
Like I used to have like this used to be really, really tight. So there's a little pinch there now. So that needs to go as well. But actually,
All
like
right. Let me just write this stuff down. It was this bit and
it was
this
this
bit.
bit,
No,
it was
no,
this
no.
bit, it was this bit.
All right. I got it. I'm making note of it. Mate, it's been a wicked little half hour talking to you. Thanks for coming on.
Like,
I hope any of you out there in the Zoom sphere, let's call it that,
I was
enjoyed.
like edit it and cut my child out. I'd like demanding V-Bucks and then throw it on replay for someone.
Can I have some? Can I have some?
You can't have V-Bucks, no.
What is it? What is the e-bucks? They're like a Minecraft thing.
V-Bucks. It's the Fortnite thing.
Ah, V-Bucks. Why didn't you just say that? Bloody hell. All right, go and buy some
It's
V.
not V-Bucks, hell no.
Oh, we ain't getting V-Bucks. I don't know. All right. In light of that revelation, let's get out of here. Cheers, Sam. I'll talk to you later, mate.